Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salawatu ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The title of this week's khutbah is The Value of Giving. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was an amazing example of charity. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would borrow money sometimes to give in charity. They described the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam more generous than a moisture-laden breeze sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in a desert. People would come to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he would give whatever he would have. Sometimes it was a flock of sheep that was between one mountain and another mountain. They said he gave like somebody who did not have fear of poverty. And the Sahaba radiallahu anhum understood this as well. When the ayat, when the verses of sadaqah were revealed, when the verses that encouraged the Sahaba to give, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the ayah, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ, you will not reach piety until you give of what you love. Abu Talha radiallahu anhu had a beautiful bustan. And a beautiful garden. The Prophet himself sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to go and visit this garden and drink from its water. It was so much love to Abu Talha radiallahu anhu. And then he came to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and he said, Allah has revealed this ayah that you will not attain piety until you give of what you love, and this is the most loved thing to me, so I give it to you in sadaqah. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Rabi' al-bay'ah, that you have been successful, you're most profitable in your trade. And he said, I see that you should divide it amongst your family. And Sayyidina Abu Talha radiallahu anhu divided the plantation or the farm and divided amongst his cousins and his family. And also, this is not just one example. This is just one example. Another example when Allah revealed the ayah of مَن يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا, who will loan Allah a beautiful loan. And Abu Dahdah radiallahu anhu was sitting with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, Ya Allah, Ya Rasulullah, does Allah doesn't need a loan from us? And he immediately said, Ya Rasulullah, I give in sadaqah my whole garden of 600 fruit-laden palm trees. And he went and then he said, the Prophet ﷺ confirmed Allah's acceptance of his sadaqah. He said, and how many fruit-laden palms will you have in Jannah? The number is uncountable. So Abu Dahdah radiallahu anhu went to his family, and his children were sitting in the farm, and said, leave the farm. I have loaned it to Allah, a beautiful loan. What was the response of his wife? What was the response of their children? Why did you do that? We need the farm. This is our livelihood. No, they said that is the most successful thing that you could have done. The most profitable thing that you've done. Come kids, out. Imagine. This was their resilience and their istidad, their readiness to accept the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to get the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine a situation where the ummah is in dire need of those that will share of what Allah has given us. Because whatever we have right now, we are only a trust that has only been given to us as a trust. We are the trustees of these things. Whatever we give to assist our brothers and sisters that are in need around the world, Palestine, Gaza, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make that thing that you gave for you forever. As if one person has two accounts, a current account and a saving account. When you transfer money from your current account to your saving account, it doesn't leave your account. It's still in your account, but the saving account just gives a little bit more restrictions on how much you can have access to it. So too, the money and the wealth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us in this world, we want to transfer that account, that money, or that wealth from one account to our account in the akhirah, thereby ensuring that that wealth that we use in the path of Allah remains with us until the day. One time, the Prophet's household received a goat as a gift. So Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu anha knows the habit of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so she divided it up and she distributed amongst the neighbors or those in need. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam returned, he asked her, she said to him, Ya Rasulullah, we received a goat today. He said, what did you do with it? She said, I cut it up and I distributed it, except one part, the shoulder. Because the Prophet ﷺ liked the shoulder of the goat. So the Prophet ﷺ said, no, Ya Aisha, all of it has been kept by me or by us except the shoulder. So the Prophet ﷺ is explaining to us, whatever we consume in this world, we've used it. It hasn't stayed with us. But whatever we send to the next world stays with us. And as we see the Ummah in such dire need, the Prophet ﷺ said, the best of you, anfa'hum linnas, are the most beneficial to people. And the Prophet ﷺ said, the most loved person is the person who finds his brother hungry and removes that hunger, in distress and removes their distress. There are opportunities now that we should take to help our brothers in their time of distress and thereby gaining the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah give us tawfiq to use the things that Allah has entrusted to us in a way that is pleasing to Him, that will gain His favor in this world and His mercy and His love in the next world. Ameen Ya Rabbil Ameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to relieve all those that are in difficulty and give shifa to all those that are in sickness, and to give mercy to all those that need Allah's mercy, that is all of us, and those that have left this world. Allah give mercy to them. Ameen Ya Rabbil Ameen.